My name is Avinash, and in this video, I'm going to explain how we can launch a Windows Azure VM. So then we will look how we can get connected to it and how to make it as a web server. All right, so for that, first log into your Azure portal. So then navigate to Azure Virtual Machines. I already have a virtual machine. This one I have used for our previous videos. Right, so let's click on Create Azure Virtual Machine, and I'm going to use same resource group for the compute. So you can see that here, compute resource group. So these two automatically created cloud shell storage. So as we started using this cloud shell, automatically the resource group got created. Network watcher, it will monitor the traffic coming to the region we are launching our EC2 instances. So along with that, we can find our compute RG resource group. So select that compute RG and give a name for this virtual machine. I'm going to call this as Azure Windows VM, and I'm going to launch this again in Central India. Security type standard image. This time I'm going to select a Windows 2016 data center, or you can launch 2019 data center edition. I'll go with the Windows Server 2016 data center edition. All right, so the configuration again, free service eligible one, I'm going with it. And administrator account. So the username, I'm going to set it as administrator. Since this administrator is already a reserved word, I'm going to call this user as Avinash, and I'm setting a strong and secured password. All right. So then what are the ports you want to open? I'm going to open 3389, and I'm going to open port number 80 as well. So then scroll down, click on review plus create. Okay, so now a Windows Azure VM is going to create now. All right, so just click on create. So it is initializing the deployment. Once the deployment is completed, we can get connected to this VM. So for Linux VMs, we have SSH option. We can use a lot of third-party tools like a PuTTY, MobiXterm, or you can enable OpenSSH. You can use your command prompt, or you can use terminal. Right. So, but when coming to Windows VMs, if you want to get connected to it, we have RDP clients. So if you're using Mac operating system, go to App Store and download this Microsoft Remote Desktop application. This is one option. So if you're using Windows operating system, you simply press Windows R, type MSTSC, Microsoft Terminal Service Console. Right, so then, it by defaultly you will have that application in all the Windows operating system. You just open that application and then you give the public IP address and all. Right, so let's go back to Azure portal, and yeah, the resource got created. So now I'm under this Azure Windows VM resource. We got a public IP address. By using this public IP address, we can get connected to it. And if you want to get connect, here we have an option called RDP. You navigate to RDP and you see this is a public IP address. This is a port number it is going to use. If you want to download an RDP file, here is an option. Download RDP file. Click on download RDP file. So immediately that RDP file now downloaded. Just give a double click and you see here It's asking me to enter username and password. I have given username. I already set up the username and password, right? So I'm going to give that username and password here. Click on continue. A little fingerprint authentication. Just click on continue. And there you can see now we got connected to this Windows Server 2016, which is launched in Azure, and we got connected to it. After connecting to it, yeah, we can go with all our custom settings or configurations here. All right. So now, if you want to make this machine as a web server, in Windows, by defaultly, we have server features, roles and features. We can use one of the server role to make it as a web server by installing IIS. Navigate to start, select server manager. The configuration we selected, the BS1, it's a bit low for these graphical operating systems like all Windows classes. For Linux, it's going to be pretty good. That's why I love Linux operating systems. Add roles and features. It's not ready yet. Just take a minute. It's taking too long time. All right, it should be fine now. Add roles and features. Click on next. Role based or feature based installation. And I'm going to install in the same machine. So then scroll down, I'm going to make this machine as a web server. Select the web server. If it is giving any pop-up, click on add features, click on next, next, and install. So now this machine is installing with IIS. So once the installation is completed, we can deliver web pages or web applications from this in VM. So where that the configurations and everything is going to be present, when you navigate to C drive, and you can find one folder called inetpub once the installation is completed. So navigate to that inetpub folder. So then www root there, create an index.html or any other data. So then we can deliver it. So we need to wait till this installation completes. Yeah, see, as I told you, this is the configuration is a bit low for these operating systems. All right, so that is abated. So restart programs and try using them again. Yeah, as we don't have any other option, we must go with it. Go to start, server manager, or else we can, yeah, okay. So this, all right, installation is happening now. As I told you, we need to have little patience. So otherwise, this is failed. Let me retry. Add roles and features. I should have taken a higher configuration for this Windows. I thought it will work. Okay, let's try our luck one more time. See, I'm not good with this video editing, so um, yeah, I'm just keeping this window open. All right, so this time installation is succeeded. Now, as I told you, uh, go to this PC, C drive. You can see this inet pub here, www.root, and create an index.html, and that's going to deliver as a web page. But without index.html, also we can test it. Copy that public IP address, paste it here, and you can see that here. So in the IIS default web page is loaded. Just give a right click, new text document. I'm going to call this as index.html. However, I'll remove that extension. This is my Azure Windows web page, and I'm going to close the header. All right, you might get a doubt. So why it is showing as a text format, right? So click on view, file name extensions. This is still .txt. Just rename it. Remove the .txt. Okay, so now go back here, give a refresh. You can see that. So we are able to get our custom web page. This is how exactly we can launch a Windows Azure VM, and how we can get connected to it, and how to make it as a web server. I hope you guys found this video helpful. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe.